Hello and what is up guys, and welcome back to another video from Screencasters. And today I'm going to be doing finally an updated full power deck profile of my Odd Eyes Magicians to the channel. We finally got all of our combo pieces back at 3, which is amazing. This is going to be such a fun deck, especially heading into Link format, because we have Oath Dragon to add back our pendulums to our hand, extra deck to your hand so we can pendulum summon them back out. We don't rely too much on back row. You can't pendulum summon from your extra deck to the field as much, but whatever you summon, you can pop it with Iris, so you can have a free zone. So I feel like this can be one of the more powerful pendulum decks heading into Link format, and I'm very happy that it's finally back at full power. So without further ado, let's get started with the deck profile. First things first, you got 3 Wisdom Eye. You need him at 3 now. You play 3 because you can play 3. He's really good. He's not once per turn, and he can be any skill you want, whether you have a Performapal or a Magician in the other zone. We also got 3 Dragon Pit. He's your back row hate. He's a high scale, really good card, and he's easily searchable, just like most of the deck. Now we're getting into an important card in my opinion, Oath Dragon. He's your recursion. He adds magician monsters from your graveyard to your hand when he's summoned, and he adds magician cards from your extra deck to your hand. He's in the scale, so he's your recursion card. He's really good and a low scale. And last, the magicians, I got 1 Noble Dragon. She's your tuner, along with Ghost Ogre. She's very important and easy discard fodder. I was playing a Xiangke because of snow, but since I don't feel like grass decks can be as relevant this format, I cut Xiangke from the original Magician lineup. For the Odd Eyes cards, I got 2 Pendragon. It's really good. I love it. It's easy to search, as well as searching pretty much your entire deck. It's really good. I feel like 3 is better, but since this is a 44 card build, I feel like this is the better ratio. I'm also playing 1 Unicorn and 1 Odd Eyes Phoenix for my Iris scales. I kind of don't like Phoenix, but he's your only way to go to a Ignister with the Noble Dragon or with the Ghost Ogre, but they can be one of your main targets to search with your Pendulum Sorcerer, which we play 2 of. I don't feel like 3 is necessary, since your only real target you can be searching with is the 3 Skullcrabat Joker. So glad it's a 3. Basically, be popping your Joker with your Sorcerer when you punch summon them out to search another Joker, and you can loop that pretty easily. So, Joker, normal summonable, searches your entire deck. What is there to complain about? You play 3 because you need 3. And that's it for the Performapals of the deck and Odd Eyes cards. I'm not playing the Pot of Greed engine solely because I don't feel like this build needs it. The reason you played it in an earlier build because you had a hard time searching your good cards, like Pendulum Call and stuff like that, but because of Duelist Alliance, because of all of our cards basically coming back, I feel like the Pot of Greed combo adds a lot more inconsistencies and doesn't really help the deck do what it needs to do, so I feel like searching is a lot better than drawing, in my opinion. For the generic pendulums, I'm playing 3 Magical Abductor. She's really nice. It's just a really good card. Just activate a spell card, get 3 counters, search your entire deck. It's freaking amazing. Because of Duelist Alliance, because of Terraform, because of Pendulum Call, and how easily searchable those cards are, I feel like she's pretty mandatory in any Magician build right now. I'm also playing 1 Eccentric Archfiend and the 1 Sloth. Sloth is really good. If you have to, you can turn them off by blowing them up with your field spells, like Iris, to search a card, so that's something. But if he's on the field, neither player can summon monsters from their extra deck, except for Amorphages. So he's like a pseudo Floodgate monster, especially opening a Sloth with your Vortex Fusion Dragon's pretty good. So that's something to keep in mind, and of course you can turn them off with the field spells. And Archfiend is your main deck monster hate and back row removal. She's really good and searchable with your Pendulum Dragon. And Sloth is also searchable with your Abductor, as is Archfiend. So that's it for the Pendulum monsters of the deck. For the main deck monsters, we got 3 Luna. She's really good. I saw this in a Team Samurai deck profile.
If anyone wants a competitive, perfectly great moth deck profile, I will do it. I'll make that bug shit on Aether's face.
Tried out myself, and I freaking loved it. If you miss Kieran, she is your best alternative. Basically, when she's normal summoned, you can search another copy of herself. And during either player's turn, you can bounce a monster on the field. And if your opponent sends a monster from their deck or extra deck to the graveyard with the same name, they negate it. Otherwise, they both get bounced. So the idea is you normal summon her, search another one, use her effect to bounce another card. If they negate it, fine, you could just pendulum summon the other one and do it over again. So that's pretty good. She searches herself, she's a spellcaster, and she's an 1850 beat stick. Really good and really helps with the deck because you can pen summon her out during Link format, and then she bounces herself, kind of like another really good card, Apex Avian. If you're heading into Link format, this is the card you want to keep your eyes on, because he's a free negate, he's not a pendulum monster, so he plays around D-barrier, and he just bounces back to the hand, so you can just keep summoning him back. So he's a really good card, I love him. If you can main him, I highly recommend it, but only at 2, because he gets pretty bricky at 3, and 1, you're never going to see him, and you don't have any reliable way to search him, but trust me, he is a powerhouse by himself. As for the hand traps, I got 1 Ghost Ogre and the 1 Max C. I was playing 2 Ghost Ogre, but I cut it for space. Max C is really good to open with. It doesn't happen often, but just a good card, and Ghost Ogre is basically your out against Masterpiece. Basically, the idea is you bait out the Masterpiece pop effect, then you use Ghost Ogre with any level 7 monster to go into Leo and then beat over him. Basically, you'll get rid of the field spell with like Archfiend or something. But yeah, because I can't target Leo, and Leo's pretty big and stuff like that. So that is it for the main deck monsters. On for the spells. I hope you guys excuse the proxies, but I am playing 3 Duelist Alliance. I ordered 3, but only 1 of them came in so far. So please excuse the proxies. I was just so excited for this deck profile that I just could not wait. But you play 3 of it because it searches Pendulum Call as well as Dragon, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. It also searches Pendulum Sorcerer, which is really good. And if you're playing Pendulum Reborn, the trap card that reborns a monster from the graveyard or extra deck, it also searches that, which is really good as long as you have something in your zones. Which, playing an all-pendulum deck happens a lot more than you think. So it searches the best card of the deck that we play 3 of, 3 Pendulum Call. This card's amazing. I'm so happy this card's back at 3. I was so sad when it got limited. But yes, we can play 3 again, and trust me, you want to play 3 of it. It's searchable, it gets your scales, and protects them. This is the card of the deck. And last of 3 elves, we got 3 Terraforming to search out your field spells. If you open up an Alliance or a Pendulum Call or a Terraforming with your Abductor up, you will be pretty much guaranteed the search. So that's pretty good. Basically having a free scale, having a field spell set up, as well as a search for any monster in your deck. That's pretty good. It's very good. You got 2 Iris for your field spell targets, as well as the 1 Secret Village. It's okay. You play a lot of spellcasters, especially with the Luna, so it's a meta call. I like it. You can set it out if you want for Necrovalley, but I like Secret Village a little bit more because of the synergy with the deck. And Iris protects your scale just like Pendulum Call does, just so it can't be targeted and stuff. And last, the main deck spells, you got 1 Odd Eyes Fusion and the 1 Ignite Reload. Reload fixes your bad hands, and Odd Eyes Fusion is if you're going second, you could you can normal summon Joker, search for a card, pop it with your field spell to search Fusion. And if your opponent has 2 monsters and you have none, you could use your extra deck. So you get a free monster, you get a free negate, and a free bait. So that's very good in my opinion. So that's it for the 44 card main deck. On for the extra deck. First up, we got 1 Ignister. He's really good. He works against pretty much every deck except for Dracos. He works against a lot of things. He pops cards, shuffles, or what's there not to like about him. I don't really feel like I should explain Ignister. I'm checking 1 Leo this format instead of the Nirvana, solely because he's pretty decent against True Dracos if they don't have the field spell up, but you can just pop that like Archfiend or Pit or something with the Pendulum Call and stuff. Well, basically, the idea is you get rid of the field spell and bait out the Masterpiece. You normal summon or pendulum summon the Ghost Ogre and use it with any level 7 monster to go into Leo. And then Leo can then beat over Masterpiece and you can resume your normal plays. And if they pop him during your main phase 2, that's fine. At least you can play your deck the way it's supposed to be played, you know. So he's pretty good. He's your only real out to Masterpiece, which is a problem. So that's something to keep in mind. For level 7s, I'm only playing 2. I got Meteor Burst and 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Clearwing's pretty good against any high level deck. It's easy to make with the Noble. And Meteor Burst is a combo card, helps go into Absolute Dragon and stuff like that. So that's it for the synchros of the deck. We play 1 Fusion, Vortex Dragon. It's really good. Use it with Odd Eyes Fusion, bounce a card, shuffle things. It's basically Quasar, but it's really good and easy to make, so that's something to keep in mind. For XYZs, I got 1 Abyss Dweller for those graveyard matchups. You got Magister to search out any combo pieces. You got Diamond Dyer and Castell for, spot removal. You got 1 Dark Rebellion. It's a tech card, just cutting a monster in half, doubling himself or something, just boosting himself up. Pretty good to get over problem monsters. We got the Utopia package because it's really easy to make, especially with the Joker and the Pendulum Sorcerer, so that's something to keep in mind. If you're going to Link format, you can just pop this with your Iris, so you don't have to worry about it. So that's something to, I guess, keep in mind. We got one Big Eye and one Absolute Dragon for our rank 7s. I don't feel like Flare is extra deck worthy anymore, solely because extra deck is pretty tight, and they can just Kaiju it, you know? I mean, I guess I understand why. It burns for game during the end phase, during your opponent's turn when they're really low, so they can't activate anything, but at that point you're already winning anyways, so it doesn't really matter what you go into. And last extra deck, we got one Rebellion. You could try Raging Dragon, but it doesn't really matter because you're not going to be summoning these guys. You're going to be sending them to the graveyard with Odd Eyes Fusion to go into your Vortex Dragon. So that is it for the deck profile, guys. So yeah, that is my Odd Eyes Magician deck profile. Full power, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. There is one thing I want to point out before I finish this video, and it has to do with Imperial Order and Anti-Spell Friends, cards like that. I don't feel like people are maining them this format, along with D-Barrier. Maybe if zoos become prevalent again, but I feel like zoos going to be a little bit less than the top deck this format. I feel like Dracos are going to be the top deck, and I don't feel like Barrier is going to hurt Dracos, so I feel it might become a side deck card. Also, Anti-Spell Fragrance and Imperial Order and Unwavering Bonds or something. Basically, I side Trap Eater because I don't feel that those cards will be mained. And Trap Eater, if you don't know what it does, I'll have it on the screen or something. You send a trap card, your opponent outside the field to the graveyard, summon him. He's a level 4 tuner. Basically, that's your one card out to those other cards. So that's pretty much about it. I don't feel like maining Trap Eater because I don't feel like I'm going to be seeing that card as often. But if you do have any comments on how to beat those cards, I'd love to hear it in the comment section down below. And as with all my deck profiles, if you guys want to see some combo cards for the deck I'm profiling at the time, please check out the comment section, check out the description box, and you will see a long list of possible tech cards that you can try out for yourself in Odd Eyes Magician. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment down below any comments or suggestions you have on how to make this deck better. I'd love to hear it. I don't want to see any Link format complainers over there because I just explained throughout the whole video how to play around Link summoning, but if you want more in-depth video, I'd love to do it. Just comment down below and I'll get on to that. So don't forget to like the video, comment the video, and subscribe to my channel, which is Screencasters, for more epic and amazing videos similar to this one. Once again, my name is Xiangke from Screencasters, and I am signing out.
Hey!